Good morning. It's late August and we're heading back out to sea towards Scotland, where we need to be on Islay in a few days' time. I had a bit of a choice this morning I had a choice yesterday, going out yesterday, which was really quite awful weather and making some progress, or going out today under almost no wind and mostly also against the tide today. So double bad on me. But I think we'll make safer progress this way, and we're going to go north and probably later in the day stop over somewhere for the night, let some more bad weather pass through, and then head on in the morning again. But it's much nicer than yesterday. It may look very grey to you all, but it is a significant improvement over the storm that passed through yesterday. Very quiet. I'm on my own again for now, hoping to pick up crew in Islay. Well, we've arrived in Glenarm, but there's no water pressure on the boat. Nothing at all. So I'm going to spend the evening trying to work out how that works. Pump, accumulator tank, that's all I know. Some hours later and we're back in action. Good morning. Well, it's a wet and windy start. It's 6:30 in the morning. We're in Glenarm, and the good thing though about the wet windy weather is if we've done our calculations right, then from here we should be able to go north with the tide and the wind behind us for most of the day. And we're going to head out from the Northern Irish coast and hopefully make it all the way to Islay. That was a good gust. Hopefully make it all the way to Islay, and if not, at least as far as Rathlin Island. Well, we're on our way. There were some really mighty gusts, like 35 knot gusts coming out of harbour, which I wasn't expecting. I'd kind of put the whole head sail out and going along quite nicely. I thought maybe a little too fast, and then it got really windy. So now we're just on a scrapper head sail, and we've slowed down again now, so I'm tempted to put some out, but perhaps prudently I'll wait another 5 minutes and have some tea and think about it. Speedy exit. The headland after this one has quite a vicious tide running around it, and I plan to arrive there miraculously around slack water. So another ambition today is to just not put too much sail up anyway, and to sort of travel with the tide at about 5 or so knots, and get there at slack water. The wind is supposed to drop later, so I'm sort of trading all these things off against each other to arrive on time. I had kind of forgotten, after being offshore for so long, how intricate all this coastal sailing really is, and you really need to stay on your toes, especially around here. So right now we're doing 5.5 knots, which is about the speed we need to be doing, and this is how much sail we've got out. Not a lot. That's what you get with the tide with you, and really quite a gusty, blustery wind. It's about 10 AM now and going along nicely, just about on schedule. It's cheered up a bit over on the port side over there. There's even some blue sky poking through, and that there is the last of the coast of Northern Ireland. Up ahead there is Rathlin Island, which we were possibly going to drop in on, but I think we'll head on straight to Islay. And Islay's kind of roughly that way. And over on this side here, on our starboard side, on the other side of the North Channel, is well of Kerrera. I have arrived in Port Ellen on Islay, and could I just say that I moored this boat absolutely flawlessly all by myself against this pontoon, but I forgot to video it, so no one will ever know. It will remain a myth forever.
Morning. Look at this beautiful spot. We came across yesterday from Islay, having picked up the crew, the trusty crew, and we're now here on Gigha, closer to the mainland, near to Kerrera. And I'm going to persuade the crew to get up in a minute, and we're going to have breakfast, and then we're going to head north up towards Oban, where we hope to arrive in a few days' time. But it should be fairly relaxing, and I'm hoping the sun will come out today and we can do a beach stop.
Thank you. We've had our lunchtime beach break and we're now heading up the Sound of Jura, and the weather forecast said it would be clear, and it's almost clear. It's interesting. It's sun's trying very hard to get through. There's no rain around, which is good. It's very hazy though, so it's kind of like the whole area has a warm glowy feel to it, which is quite nice. But some actual sunshine would be good, but you can see it's trying very hard. The sea is glassy, glassy, glassy. There's absolutely zero wind. We've just anchored for the night, about 6:30 p.m. Absolutely beautiful spot just opposite Jura. And all to ourselves. Look at this beautiful morning, and it's a beautiful morning, late August, in a deserted loch somewhere near Oban, and Rosemary, in a fit of something, is going to jump in. It looks so uninviting. I mean, the day looks gorgeous.
Quite uninviting to me as well, I must say.
I do sense the opportunity of it, if you know what I mean.
Yes, it's a marvellous opportunity, Simon.
But I don't sense the fun in it at all.
1, 2, 3.
You have scared all the birds. Look at this for gorgeous sailing. Got pretty flat water, a light breeze, all the sail up, and doing about 6 knots heading north. And over on this side of the boat here, this is Jura. This is the mainland on this side, and we're in the Sound of Jura now. And ahead of us, the whole Sound of Jura has to go through a pretty tiny set of gaps up ahead.
and the tide flow there is really strong, so I'm hoping we've timed everything correctly so we get there just as the tide stops running and just as it starts turning north. That's the plan anyway, but I could have got my maths wrong. But yeah, it's an absolutely wonderful day considering it's late August. It's been a very wet summer. It's a very, very blue sky. It's kind of warm, lovely sailing weather. Fantastic. We're just level with the top end of Jura now, and that's the top end of Jura out west of us, and this big lump of rock here slightly north of Jura on the right of the picture is Scarba, and that channel there between them is the Gulf of Corryvreckan, which is very calm today, but in a strong tide and bad weather a whirlpool forms out there, the Great Hag Whirlpool, which I've never seen in full flood, and probably it's a mistake because I guess if you see it in full flood you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Today, very peaceful. And other than that, we're on schedule. We've arrived at the right spot at Slackwater. We're at the top of the sound now, and the tide is running with us, and we're about to exit the top of the sound along with all the water in the sound that's coming along with us on the tide, just creating all these unusual little eddies and little mini baby whirlpools. It's kind of fun, which means that we're on the autopilot at the moment, and the autopilot just keeps veering around as it tries to keep us on track because all of these little eddies start us spinning. It's kind of fun on a nice day like today, but I can't imagine what it'd be like in awful weather when the tide is at full flood. We've stopped for lunch about an hour short of Oban in this beautiful bay, and it's been a great way to end probably our trip, I guess, for now, since we'll finally be in Oban. We can take a break, and there has been some swimming done.
How warm is it?
Just like Antigua.
Just like Antigua.
Yay! Yay!
First of September today, and 2 years ago in May we left this marina, and it's the Kerrera marina just off Oban. It's kind of weird to be back. It's one of those strange things where it's very, very familiar but also quite strange. The good thing is that we have returned and we've acquired a neighbour. This is us, and we've acquired a neighbour who is also a Vancouver 34. So we've got twins